Well, hello there. Hey, hi, social media family. Been under any subscribers and likewise visitors or persons among yourselves who are affiliated or associated with and are representing my own YouTube social media channel and or chat room or conversation or whatever I said. How are you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay. If not better yet to be said, and I'll stay for the record. All right. If not, best of all, to put it like this here, to be feeling blessed and stressed, or blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family and friends, and hopefully me and mine, likewise as well, are all the same. You know. And now that I've gotten the preliminaries out the way, being of the basic intro and our footnotes, finally, after what seemed to be taking like a couple few hours to produce, and as I think that the delay for me to do so, and type out some or such much faster could possibly be the results of developments of this one particular neighbor from damn hell being responsible for the delay, you know, and as he is other likes among my worst neighbors from damn hell among my present public nuisance of problem neighbors. In that same line of thought, in a sense of word, and for the atmosphere of a worser neighborhood community for vicinity area within some such city limits for where I'm at now, and for the city of metropolitan Chicago, Illinois, USA, and for the Midwest. And whereas I suspect that he could possibly be pumping some of such knockout gas within the atmosphere for our premises, properties, and place of residence of an apartment. You know, this one neighbor from downhill who had threatened my life already, most recently, verbally a few times, and whereas each and every time he himself had done that, or as he did, I'm having to return the favor of him leaving his business card by dialing the emergency number of 911, for the boys in blue, Big Boss Man, the Fuzz, the Po-Po. And then because that is a serious matter when someone mouths off quite a few choice words implying that one can either do it himself or have somebody else do just that to put out a contract hit upon another individual person, whereas it would be implying extreme physical violence of physical nature to be transformed from mental thoughts and verbal words, and I didn't like that. And moving right along, not that I mean to be wagging a dog or changing the subject, but I was just saying, and speaking upon why there has been a delay, for me producing both you know, the basic intro as an introduction and our footnotes, to complement the salutational greeting of asking you all a question of how you're doing, and whereas all that other would complement the present video content for this particular social media broadcast, And as this one is about. So I say, and I'll state for the record now that I got the preliminaries out the way, you know, being which is dealing with or to address the issue regarding making reference to how I had went to this one medical facility of an establishment, a place of business of that nature, sort of type. And for its purposes of property, of a facility, regardless of whether it is public or private, you know, namely a Vicentiary Neighborhood Community Hospital. Well, this one particular first one before I had taken the liberties upon myself to, pay a visit to another second one behind that. Whereas here it is, I went to the first hospital, and whereas I'm not going to go into the specific details as to what I myself was suffering from at that given moment in time, being because that is just so much personal information, that is only to be discussed with my doctor, only between me and my doctor and me and God, you know. And for that matter, if push comes to shove, if I encounter some sort of such a type of unsavory, violent character, being the likes of hardcore criminal riffraff of usual suspects or enemy number one, whereas then from there, that personal information could be that is personal information regarding reference to myself, could be submitted to law enforcement personnel or members of the law enforcement community of police officers and detectives in the event that something could possibly happen to me, and so they could know what underlining, medical health issues of a physical nature, being of which I myself could have possibly been medically diagnosed with, that could have, further inconvenienced me to become prey for a predator to attack or assault, or could have proved to have become or be of a great disadvantage onto my person, inconvenience to jeopardize me in the line of fire in the face of an enemy aggressor. Then I could also submit that information to the head doctors, who are altogether different from the physical doctors, That is to a licensed shrink of a psychologist or a psychiatrist to complement that what would be of information disclosed to a licensed physician, you know. And in getting back to some of such other for that last mention, in which I will only speak vaguely, not in specific details, then because I don't know if somebody in cyberspace or social media here could be of the likes of predators upon the prowl, attempting to find for themselves a victim to scope, stalk, and vamp or prey upon, much rather than prey with. Read between the lines, fill in the blanks. Anyway, though, so I go to this local hospital, I waited the first one. I waited there for a few hours, and I didn't even so much as get triage. Not to mention get service or treated. And I waited that length of time, a few hours already. You know, up under that conditions, some such as the case of situation of extenuating circumstances, not being, you know, service or treated professionally. And as a triage nurse for the first hospital I went to had misdiagnosed my malady or ailment or what I was suffering from. And I couldn't believe it. So on short notice, I'm having to rush back out in the streets and go to another hospital because after this second triage nurse came on duty, after the first triage nurse shift was over with, and for the other shift that would follow later, was the second triage nurse has showed up for duty, to do her job, and something told me to ask her the question of what's taking so long and so forth. And she's asked me what I was there for, and I explained to her in much greater detail. And she said, "Oh wow!" Then my predecessor or the previous the other triage nurse of my coworker had misdiagnosed you. I'm like saying, "Say what? Come again? Are you freaking damn kidding me? What the hell?" I'm pissed now. I'm like, son of a she's a skank ass hoe. That bitch. You know? Son of a, if one were to be a nurse of another gender, the other one, of the same sex as I am, still be like, well, cussing and swearing like a drunken sailor. I'm like, what the And then where's the second triage nurse saying, "I am so sorry about that. I know how you feel." And I'm like, "No, you don't know how I feel." I'm like, unless you have been medically diagnosed with what I have." I'm like saying, "You got to be freaking kidding me." To add insult to injury, talking that yada 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 woo woo woo. Yin yang. I know how you feel. Then she's like saying, "Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-diagnose. I'm going to relabel you or whatever. I'm going to speak to the doctor and have this corrected, and and you know hopefully now you get back there much sooner or faster." I'm like thinking from there, I don't be seen in the next half an hour from here after that other triage nurse that was here before you had misdiagnosed me. I'm out of here. And I left from there. Like I said, if I don't be seen within the next half an hour, I went to this other hospital and I didn't have to wait. Thank God I didn't have to wait for the length of time that I waited at the hospital previous to that one. I'm like, oh wow. From the devil is busy to God is still in the blessing business. I'm like saying, there likewise. I'm like, wow. Like if I had known that she was gonna from what I had told her, and she's gonna misinterpret my words, I wouldn't have gone to the hospital in the first place. Because I originally was thinking about going to another hospital. I went to that one first of all, and then from there I'm having to go to another some other hospital after all, being the second one, you know. And whereas I didn't, I say, like, get out of the streets until something like, what was it, 12 midnight or no after. I'm like, son of a, I'm like, damn it. And whereas at the first hospital exacerbate this case or situation, for me waiting in the waiting room area, there was, man, there was quite a bit going on, you know. I mean, some from some young man knocking on the window where I was at in back of me while I'm in the emergency room area. I guess he may have thought that I was a security guard with the black jacket I was wearing, and, you know, to some other young man, the age male minor himself. Otherwise, you know, whereas he's coming to the emergency room area and he's like distraught, he's freaking out, you know, and his mom's like saying he was in a car accident and he needs to be registered soon enough because he's about to that much more freak out. Sure enough, he did. You know, and I'm already feeling pissed at the long wait that I have had to wait in the waiting room area, and I'm in pain, and then some. I'm agonizing, wondering when a doctor is going to see me. You know, right? So eventually, I left. You know, like saying, somebody remind me not to come to this hospital anytime too soon enough again. You know, though from time to time it was more or less becoming one of my much more frequented hospitals compared to one of my less attended ones. Like, wow, I'm like, you mean to tell me she misdiagnosed me, your coworker? Yes, I'm sorry, sir. I am so sorry. I know just how you feel. No, you don't know just how I feel unless you have been, you know, medically diagnosed with what I have of a physical nature. Ooh, the devil and the demons have been busy, you know, today, or rather yesterday, since it's a new day now. Whereas the medical health issue of a physical and the physical medical health issue, I suspect that a certain particular neighbor from damn hell, I say, of a character could possibly be partly responsible for the way I was feeling, you know, having me to pay a visit to just another hospital much sooner than I would have liked to, you know. Like, right. Yeah, man. Anyway, though, let me just conclude this here by saying, if you haven't gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I hope that you would think to accept Him while you still have time before you wind up or end your life in the lake of fire down hell with the rest of the unsaved, lost, down human souls of unbelievers or non-believers, and so that you could become among us believers, citizens of the kingdom of heaven, and pray to God and His angels, and be down there with the devil and the demons burning forever with the others. Peace.